what are you seeing? What has been sort of the most striking international cash flow trend story of this pandemic?
Hi, Brian. Thanks for having me on. Good morning. What we've seen during this pandemic is that just because you're a small business doesn't mean you have to be a local business. As you know, we surveyed about 1,000 small businesses here in the United States, and what we're seeing is that they're moving away from the survive mode over to the thrive mode, right? Because we've actually had a lot of small businesses grow during the pandemic by focusing on international clients. Part of our survey showed that the two biggest worries that business owners had were the pandemic and the political climate. And now that we have a light at the end of the tunnel, things are looking up.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that survey, hopefully if you did it right now, Alfred, would show more positive numbers. I mean, 45% is pretty dismal. And a big part of that, I think, has to do with this idea, and we've not knocked any retailers, but we've said the government, let's be clear, when the lockdown hit, the government chose the winners, right? You big box store can stay open, but you other store cannot stay open, at least here in the Northeast. And I saw in your survey, it's like 49% of small and mid-sized business owners basically said, I'm being crowded out by large businesses because they're allowed to operate.
You know, the small business community, you know, like any other country, it's the heartbeat of the economy, right? When small business is growing, the economy is growing. And pivoting internationally is something that isn't what it used to be, you know, back in the day. You're not opening up a factory in Brazil. You're not opening up a factory in Belarus. And our clients that have grown, our small business clients that have grown, have, you know, pivoted a bit. You know, they changed their website, made it international. They allowed their clients to pay in local currency. You know, you mentioned big box retailers. It's important to note that it's never too late for you to pivot to sell internationally. Nordstrom, you know, founded in 1901, over a 100-year-old company. You know, they started off when Teddy Roosevelt was president. They just announced this month that they're going to allow their clients to pay them in local currency and that they're going to ship internationally. So if a big company like Nordstrom can pivot internationally, a small business, which is more nimble, definitely can.
And that's your advice. I mean, I know it's hard. It seems daunting for smaller companies, maybe even just a couple person operations, but they've got to think globally, in part because the Amazons and the Walmarts, the Targets of the world, they're going to be tough to compete with.
Absolutely. And, you know, now's the time. You know, Nordstrom saw that they had, you know, their clients sitting in front of their computers at home, not walking into their stores. Small businesses are having the same exact issue. And if you're able to effectively move money around the world, you know, that gives you a competitive advantage. You know, the most important thing for you to do is to ask your clients, how do you prefer to pay me? How do you prefer to be paid? Do you want to pay me in the Australian dollar or do you want to pay in the dollar? You know, those who cater to their customers' needs are those that are going to thrive.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.